We're here with Terry Fator. Terry, you weren't there last night, but you had friends who were there. Describe for me what your reaction was when you started hearing from them about what was going on at the festival.
Well, I mean, shock, horror, terror, wanting to make sure all of our friends were okay, and we actually had a good friend whose mother was shot in the chest, and she's in the ICU, and so this really hits home. I mean, it took place, 10 minutes from our house, and it's so funny how funny is a bad word. It's ironic, or I don't know what the word. I don't know what the word is. But when you hear about it and it's across the ocean, you still feel a sense of sadness, and you pray and you worry about the families. But then suddenly it's in your own backyard, and it's just we're all affected by this. But we are a very strong community. There's a lot of heart in this community. We're a big city with a small town feel and a lot of heart, and we're going to recover from this, and we're going to be stronger. And I know it's going to bring us all closer together.
You've been a longtime performer here in Las Vegas. How do you think this impacts the community?
I think it impacts us in a way of just that I think we're going to come together and be stronger from this, and for all the stories and things written about one evil, terrible coward who did a terrible thing, there are hundreds of stories of heroism and people who rushed into gunfire to help save others, and people who threw themselves over their loved ones to save them. That's what I focus on, is the good that comes out of this, and that is that the strong heart that this community has, and the heroes that are out there. There's a lot of them, and I'm going to continue to support the military and the first responders the way I do in my show every single night.
Do you know if there's anything planned yet to honor those who perished?
I don't think there's anything planned yet, but I know that there will be, and I know I'm going to be a part of it because I'm a part of this community, and I'm proud to be a part of this community. And I know that every other entertainer on the Strip feels exactly the same way. We're all going to come together and do something to help promote just relief for the families and help for the families, and I think there's going to be a lot of positivity that comes from this.
So much to be said about soft targets, and I think, of course, when you attend a concert or a festival or even a show like yours, I think in the back of your mind there's a little bit of that something could, but at the same time we don't choose to live our lives like that. How do you handle now that people are going to be thinking about that?
You just go forward and do it. I truly believe. My dad was very disappointed. He wanted me to be a minister, a preacher, and I believe that I am. I'm a minister of laughter, a minister of joy and light and goodness in a world that can be very dark sometimes. So when I step out on that stage, it's my job to make people feel happy, and I'm going to continue doing that because that's what I'm called to do until I can no longer do it.
Did you ever imagine in your life that this would be happening so close to home, to you, your crowd, your community?
Never. I don't think you ever think that, it's going to happen to you. You hear that a lot. You say, wow, this happens to other people. Happens in positive ways. When I won America's Got Talent 10 years ago, honestly, I kept thinking, this happens to other people. I guess we're never prepared, are we, for things like this? And of course, when it happened on 9/11, all of us in the country were affected, but I think those in New York were affected in a more deep way. And I believe that's what happened to us here in Vegas now. Now we unfortunately have our own 9/11 to contend with, but we're going to be just like they did in New York. We're going to stand strong. We're going to come out of this stronger and better.